Oh, hiya, honeys. Welcome back to my spooky little corner. For those that don't know me, where have you been? I've been around for a little bit now. I am Lady Mylita, and I bid you all a very warm welcome. Okay, my darklings. I hope you all enjoyed all my Halloween videos. They were super fun to make. A little intimidating, I'm not gonna lie, but they were really fun to make. So I hope you really enjoyed them. But now that Halloween is over, back to business. I have a new to me palette to review today. It's been out for a while now, but I just got it and I'm excited to play with it, and I hope you guys are excited to hear about it. Without further ado, I would like to present to you the Cake Palette from Glamlite. Isn't she gorgeous? And so what I'm enjoying about Glamlite is I love their packaging. Their product so far has been pretty out of this world, I'm not gonna lie, but this packaging is just so amazing. It's a beautiful pink oven, and to get the palette itself, you have to open the oven. How amazing. Like, it just this little extra detail that, you know, makes you want to purchase said palette. And speaking of purchase said palette, this palette retails for $40 American, which works out to be about 54 Canadian, give or take. I will put the link down below so you can purchase your own Glamlite palette if you so desire after watching this. But as I said, I've been really impressed with the quality. So let's open up the cake palette. And isn't she cute? She's this cute little pink cake and cherries and all that. A little known fact that yours truly was an apprentice pastry chef for a brief period of time. Unfortunately, the bakery I worked at closed down and I didn't get my papers done. But I do have an affinity for baked goods. So let's open her up. Okay. She's got a good mirror on this side. And here is the inside. She's pretty much a beautiful rainbow palette. There is a little bit of something for everyone within this palette. I really like this corner here, very kind of neutrally toned. So if you're a little scared of color, there is something for you, but basically it's a colorful palette. And she's so pretty. I like, yes, I can't wait to play with it. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, stay tuned and let's dive in. Okay, my darklings, so because we're playing with a new palette and you guys really enjoyed it on my 100 subscriber video, I got you zoomed in so hopefully you can see where I'm placing everything. For eye primer today, we are using the Gerard Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base in the shade Fair. I've been using this one quite a bit. I quite enjoy it. So we're just going to leave it with this and we're going to jump into this cake palette. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. There are so many like pretty colors in here and I'm kind of lost as to what I want to do. I'm like torn. Obviously we're going to do something bright and colorful. Do I want to do multiple colors? Do I want to do like single colors? I'm just not sure. Okay, so I'm going to start off, because I probably will do a cut crease, because that's what I do. We all know this by now. So I'm going to jump into the shade Birthday Cake. She's a beautiful blue. And I'm going to put that through my crease and down into my lower, like my outer corner area. And I am just going to use a packer brush to do so. So this is my Jeffree Star and Morphe Collab JS11. And so we're just going to start with that. And she's a beautiful blue shade. Wow. Okay. Hello, pigment. I'm just going to do it like that. I'm just not sure what I'm doing. So we're just going to play and figure it out as I go along. I kind of like this blue though, and it was calling to me. So we're definitely going to use this blue. She's like a beautiful, almost tealy blue. I'm really gonna pack this color in. And we'll start with that. Maybe we'll do a bluey, purpley look. Maybe with a bit of that green. I'm not exactly sure. Either way, we'll figure it out as we go along. Sometimes, you know, the best way is not to go in with something in particular you want to do, but just let said palette kind of speak to you. Maybe that sounds kind of silly. I don't know, but sometimes I'll go in and be like, I'm going to use this color, and this color, and I don't use any of them. So I just kind of let the palette talk to me. Talk to me, Cake Palette. What do you want me to do today? Oh, she is such a pretty blue and went on very, very well. Nice and pigmented. Can't complain. So now that I have that blue laid down, I think I'm going to take this light blue shade next to it. It's called Icy Mint. And I think I'm going to blow out this blue a bit more with it. So we're just going to tap into it. She's, oh, wow. The pigments on these colors are quite outstanding. And I'm just using a blending eye brush from e.l.f. So I want something a little more fluffier to kind of diffuse it and really blend it. Just like that. I'm quite impressed how easily this is blending. There is no issues. Just using my circular motions that I normally use. Just putting the pigment on, and she is blending quite effortlessly. And I have noticed that with Glamlite pigments, they just blend. They are so nice and buttery. I cannot say enough good things about Glamlite right now. Like, I'm quite in love with them. Okay, I'm not exactly sure where to go from now. I think I'm just going to cut the grease and we'll add some glitters to it. Yeah, let's do that. So, grabbing my flat brush and our eye canvas here, and we'll just do a little half cut crease. You know how I cut my crease. Okay, so there is my crease all cut. I'm not exactly sure what colors I want to use. I'm kind of thinking I want to incorporate a bit more color, try out some of these other ones. I think I might start with this blueberry shade closer to the outer corners, maybe put some strawberry or some banana. Not sure. We're just going to play and we're going to figure it out as we go. Like I said, we're going to let the palette talk to me. So I'm just going to use one of my eyeshadow brushes from e.l.f. because they're nice and flat and they're really good for packing. So hit it with some setting spray because I always do that. No, even with new glitters, I always use the same technique for all of them so that way I can test them out the way I like them. So we're going to dip into the shade Blueberry. She's kind of a dark kind of purpley shade. We're just going to put it on the outer. There we go. She wasn't kind of picking up there for a minute, but there she is. She's on. Sometimes they just take a little bit of work to kind of pack on to the degree you want them, so you just got to take your time. Just doesn't look quite as dark. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the brush that has that birthday cake on it, and I'm just going to kind of use it to kind of blend that purple a bit so it doesn't look quite so harsh. And you can dip back into it if you need to, just to add a bit of that color. I quite like that. She's like purple, but she's almost like more of a blue toned purple, so it works really nicely with this. Okay, so here is my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that I got from my Riviera palette. I quite like it because it's a nice little flat packer that works really good if you really want to get in. I keep like debating what other colors I want to use here. There's blue raspberry if we want to go with the blue theme, but I don't really want it all blue. I think that'd be too much. So I think I'm going to hit the color Strawberry. She looks kind of like a pink, a glittery kind of pink, and we'll put that kind of in the center. Blend that into the purple. Key thing is with these kind of shades is you got to pack it on. Sometimes that first round you don't get that color you want, so you got to keep packing. Okay? Don't be afraid. Pack. And as you're packing it on, put it into the shade next to it so you kind of get a bit of a gradient going on, because that always looks really good too. If you mix the shades a bit. She's looking a little bluish, but I think that's because of the purple next to it. Oh, this is pretty so far though. Okay, next, another packer brush. Well, this is my Jeffree Star Morphe one. This is JS10. Spritzy, spritzy. Do I want something bright? You know what? I'm going to keep it kind of bluey toned, and I'm going into lavender. We will try the other brighter shades possibly on a live video over on, my Facebook page. So if you haven't been there, think about coming and visiting me, because I always do my kind of second looks with these on my Facebook. There we go. Oh, she's gorgeous. I almost didn't need that pink at all. She's a bit of a softer shade though. I find she's kind of crumbling in the pan, but I am not unhappy about that. Oh, I quite like that. I really do. That is like a beautiful, beautiful purple shade. Okay. So I'm going to take the shade that had the blueberry on it, and I'm just going to make sure I don't want to lose it. In fact, I'm just going to go right over that pink spot. Now that I've got it on, I'm not really liking the pink. So I'm just going to take it, re-wet it, And I'm going to apply it over that pink. Kind of diffuse it a bit. Yeah, I'm just not feeling that pink. It'll probably look really good on another look though, but we're just going to cover her up. You'll probably still see a bit of the pink in there, which I'm not going to complain about, but not feeling her. Then the one with the lavender shade, we'll just use that one too, kind of. Voila. What do we think? Very blue, purples, but pigments went on very, very well. I'm going to take the fluffy brush, just dump into some cake here. Dump. Just to make sure it's still there. Voila. Okay, my darklings, so that is the eyelids done. I am going to go off camera and do my foundation and my eyebrows and probably add some lashes and some mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, my darklings, here we go. I did quite a few different things. So to start off, for primer, we are using the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. For foundation, we are using Stay Naked by Urban Decay in the color 20CP. For concealer, we are using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Peach. I also did a little contour today. So for contour, we're using our Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Contour in the shade Amber. And while I was doing that, I figured I'd do some other creams. So we are using the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Blush in the shade Crush on Cupid. And then to top that off, we used our Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. For brows today, we are using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in the shade Medium Brown. And for brow gel today, we are using Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Brows in the shade Supermodel. For eyeliner today, because I got a nice wing going on here, we are using Glamlite's Calligraphy Eyeliner in black. And then for mascara, we are using Milk Makeup's Kush Waterproof Mascara in the shade Black. And for eyelashes today, these are my Sheen ones that I got a while back. I'm starting to run low on them, and this pair is probably done after this look, but okay, so here we go. This is where we got started. So this is starting to get to be a bit of a habit, especially with these bright, bold, colorful. I like a little glitter liner on it, kind of define where that cut crease is and just to give it a bit of dimension. So today we're going to use our Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner, and this is in the shade Pyro. She really has no color. She's just glitter. So it kind of goes with any kind of look you're using. So I'm just going to go along that purple and add to it. Hopefully you guys can see. It's not a big difference, but it's just a little extra. I have to admit, these Urban Decay glitter liners, the heavy metal liners, are wicked. And they come in such a variety of color. You can't go wrong with them. So it kind of goes with any kind of look you're using. So I'm just going to go along that purple and add to it. hopefully you guys can see. It's not a big difference, but it's just a little extra. I have to admit, these Urban Decay glitter liners, the heavy metal liners, are wicked. And they come in such a variety of color. You can't go wrong with them. Okay, so let's do this bottom lash line. Now, I'm going to try something a little different, but let's see. Let's hope it works. So what I'm going to start with is, this is the brush that had the birthday cake shade on it. That birthday cake shade, that's that dark blue. I'm going to stamp that along my bottom lash line. I'm just going to use the edge of the brush and hope that works okay. Just like that. I don't want it too bold because I'm going to add another color on top of it. So, but I want it there. So we're just going to slowly kind of add it. Kind of like that. And then I am going to take a very light smudger brush, one smaller, just like this. This is one of my quill ones. And I don't know how this is going to look, but we're going to try it out. I'm going to hit this lime green. It's called Key Lime in the bottom corner here. And I am going to smudge out this blue. It might look terrible. It might look great. We're about to find out. So, and she's like a bright green. You know how I say some just kind of call out to you? Well, this green, it's been sitting there going, please play with me. Oh, I quite like that. I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but I think that looks kind of neat. Just like that. What do we think, darklings? Oh my goodness, that green is like so bright and so pigmented. I used it dry even. Amazing. To finish off the bottom lash line, I am just going to add some Makeup for some pencil liner. This is Makeup Forever's Aqua Resist Color Pencil, and it is in the shade Graphite. So I'm just going to pop that in there. I quite like this pencil liner. It does kind of leave the waterline, but it goes on really nice and thick, which I like. Now we're just going to finish up that lash line with some mascara. And here we go. Now, usually what I do for inner corner highlight is I usually use the lightest shade of said palette. I have a cinnamon shade. She looks kind of gold. She kind of comes across a little gold. And then there is our banana shade, which is obviously quite yellow. I think I'll try the cinnamon. If I need to, I'll mix in some of that banana shade. So I'm just going to take, this is an Urban Decay one. It came in a Vice palette and it's got a nice flat edge. So I am going to hit it with setting spray just because I'm not sure how this is going to work. Normally I don't like to use setting spray on my inner corner highlights, but because this is a new palette, we're going to try it. Okay. Okay, so she's not super, but I'm finding with Glamlite glitters, you kind of have to keep applying them to get that color that you want. They're not one swipe ones. You just kind of have to keep adding. There we go. It's not quite the right color, but it works. Okay, my darklings, I'm just going to finish up this look and give you my final thoughts on Glamlite Cake Palette. Okay, my darklings, here we go. Here's our finished look featuring Glamlite Cake Palette. To finish off the look, I am using the Wet n Wild My Melody and Cremoni Blush Lighter palette, and I am using the shade here in the corner called Honey Bunny. And actually, this has turned out to be one of my favorite highlighters. Go figure. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful peachy gold. Love it. And for lipstick today, we are using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Soft Serve. And I have to admit, this is probably one of my favorite neutrally shades because she is kind of a peachy pink shade. I think she looks beautiful on my skin tone. Okay, Glamlite Cake Palette. What did I think? Well, I am really wowed with Glamlite matte formulas. Their matte formulas are like butter. They go on super pigmented, but they blend effortlessly. As you notice with the two blues that I used today, this beautiful blue birthday cake followed by that icy mint that's beside it, they blended effortlessly. And as you notice on the lower wash line, when I used birthday cake and that key lime, it blended beautifully. The only issue I have really with the palette is the glitters. I do find they're beautiful once they're on, don't get me wrong, but they do take a bit more of an application process. Whereas some you just kind of swipe and whoop, there it is. These are not them. They're a little quieter. So you have to kind of work up that application. You have to layer on to get the proper color. I'm trying to think, that's a good way to put it. But like I say, once they're on, they're quite beautiful, but it does take a bit. It takes some layering. And as of now, I've always used a wet brush and I find that works really well. Perhaps these are glitters that actually need a finger application, which is not something I enjoy. So I rather take my time and layer them with a damp brush. But if you don't mind using a finger application, maybe that's the way to go. And maybe I'll test that on a live because I am looking at these reds in here and these yellows and they need to be used. So I always use my second time using the palette in a live on my Facebook channel. So if you haven't joined me, please do. As always, darklings, you know where to find me. I am on Facebook and Instagram under Lady Mylita. And I've already mentioned how I go live a few times in this one, so come join me, okay? Stay well, my honeys, and be kind to one another. It's a strange place these days. I know COVID has gotten worse. Really, it really has. We actually had a confirmed case of COVID at our workplace, but so far, touch wood, no more. But, you know, it's starting to hit a little closer to home. So please be safe out there. Goodbye, my dear.